Hello and welcome to this episode of Success Synergy Show. I have my dear friend Miss Karina Sirimana with me, and it's such a privilege to have Karina with me because we've been attached for I think about 10 years now, and Karina is a Feng Shui expert. She's been also growing in her talents and the areas in which she specializes over the period of years. And I have a long list of things here now, which are Feng Shui consultations, Feng Shui workshops, energetic space clearings, support in decluttering, as in crystal messages, intuitive energy healing, spine alignment. I am going to talk a little bit more about it, Karina, you know that, and cooking courses. These are basically holistic foods that she talks about, and they are all related with wellness and a greater human experience as such. And before we go into a big conversation with Karina, which I'm really excited about. Karina, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us from Australia presently. And I know that you've been on a traveling spree for more than 6 years now. And you have lived in Asia, several countries in Asia, and many countries in Europe, and you have plans to go to the US after this pandemic situation gets a little bit more softened. So, welcome to the show, Karina. We would love to hear more from you about your being a global citizen, although you are born a German. And I also will have to tell an anecdote about that. So, welcome to the show,
No,
Karina.
we
You know. Yes, it's
yes.
been so good to have you here. And
It's
just
an honor for me to be on your show, and it's so nice to connect again and to work again together.
yes,
And yeah, I
yes.
was very much looking forward for this opportunity here to be together with you. Thank you
Thank you
for
so
inviting me.
much. Thank you, Karina. Thank you very much. I just want to bring to the attention of our audience because some people asked me on my YouTube channel as to why am I featuring people who are from Usui, Reiki, and now you are a Feng Shui expert. And I have to tell in advance that I have a person in interior designing who's going to be coming very shortly on the show. And the reason behind my featuring so many people, because I am a business coach, as everybody knows, the fact of the matter is that when I feature such success stories, the whole idea behind it is that no matter what your talent area is, no matter what your passion area is, you can still build a business remotely, staying anywhere in the world, and actually getting down to doing very good work. I hear a lot of grumbling from a lot of people saying that remote working is not really a possibility and this can't be done online and that can't be done online. The idea behind featuring such success stories is that everything can be done online unless you are in a medical profession or attached with the armed forces or in some such essential government services where you have to go to the office every day. I think everything can be done online. And in fact, you should think about bringing your work, your business, your passion to the remote working scenario. It requires a lot of creativity, as Karina is going to show us today. It requires a lot of flexibility of approach, but it can be very well done. So, Karina, the platform is yours now. Tell us about your journey. I met you in Pune, that I know, and we did a couple of workshops also together. They were on remote
Yes.
working, they were on energy healing, they were on so many different things. And still, they were business scenarios, business seminars. So, over to you, Karina. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yes. So I start with 30 years ago. I came to India for the first time, and everybody warned me about the culture shock I will get there.
Mhm.
And I had the feeling I'm coming home. So
Oh,
India really captured me, and that's why I came back so many times. The first 10 years I went. back to Germany, made money as much as possible to live for half a year in India in the ashram without work.
Mm-hmm.
And I implemented everything which I learned in the ashram. I came there in contact with energy work. So I learned everything what I could and what I could implement into my beauty institute, which I led at that time in Germany. And all the crystal healing, color healing, Reiki meditation. And later on, I also learned Ayurveda and in
Mm-hmm.
India, and I also put Ayurveda into my praxis. I learned Ayurvedic cosmetics or beauty treatments, and yeah, this was a well thought treatment at that time. In the 90s, nobody knew about Ayurveda in the West, so it wasn't something new. And Ayurveda also brought me then 20 years ago to Sri Lanka,
Mm-hmm.
because meanwhile I brought then my cosmetic clients for Ayurvedic treatments to Sri Lanka. India was not so well developed at that time, but Sri Lanka was already very developed for tourism.
Yes.
So I brought them to there for the into the clinic, and there I saw that there are differences between Sri Lankan and Indian Ayurveda. So I also
Mm-hmm.
wanted to learn the Sri Lankan way of Ayurveda. And yeah, then I didn't plan it, but I stuck up in Sri Lanka. I fell in love. I married, so I stayed in Sri Lanka for around 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was asked to build up a beauty studio, also my passion and profession at that time, in Ayurvedic hotel. So I built it up. I led it for many years. Then we had an Ayurvedic clinic in our house. My husband was Ayurveda therapist, and this was working quite well until tsunami hits.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the brink of getting a new job, but I wanted to no, before this should start, my future boss said, you better make some holidays because in the next 1 or 2 years in the building phase, there's no holidays. So go back to your ashram in India. You always come back from there very recharged. So I did. And after being there for 1 week, tsunami hit Sri Lanka very hard.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, being lost at that time. I didn't know to go back to Germany was no alternative for me because I always follow the sun, and December is deepest winter in Germany. To go back to Sri Lanka was also not an option because everything was destroyed except our house. This was
Mm-hmm.
standing behind a big hotel which got the main hit first, and but everything else was. So I organized from India with my German clients what is called collecting money for AIDS, which my husband
Fundraising.
in Sri Lanka
Fundraising.
fulfilled. Then they helped a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people there.
A
Yeah,
fundraising drive kind of thing.
yeah. And then I stayed in India, and out of 1 year orientation phase became then 9 years continuously. Because I felt in love being in India, and this was also then the time we met. So
Yes.
around 10 years when I settled in India, I founded my company for interior design and Feng Shui. I studied interior design, and I learned Feng Shui because it was a very good combination with interior design. So then I worked with this, and I saw that many people are suffering. What Feng Shui can do is arranging the environment for the people, but I wanted to help the people themselves. So I was led, and I have an amazing team of spiritual guides who bring me everywhere. They also brought me 1 week before to a safe place when tsunami hit, and they guided me to a teacher in America, and I was introduced to intuitive healing, which was the thing I was looking for. And after that, I was working and combining the Feng Shui praxis with the healing abilities.
Mhm.
And I was working with my teacher for quite a while, and then an entity or a master healer um, introduced herself to me, and with her, she is one of my spiritual guide team. With her, I'm working until now nearly every day, and she introduced me also to her healing tools, and I was initiated to them. And in the very beginnings, we did this workshop about intuitive healing together, and I remember this very, very well these days. Yes.
So it was a fantastic journey, I would say. And Karina, I feel the more I hear stories like yourselves and the stories that we feature on this channel, I get a very deepening idea about number one, remote working, number two, online, uh, just spreading the word. And it is so easy to do it online because there are no geographical boundaries to deal with. And now
Yeah.
you are living a life which is absolutely having no geographical boundaries whatsoever.
No more. No,
And
no.
it's been a wonderful experience. Now, in today's world, a lot of people are looking for answers when it comes to businesses because businesses are crumbling, failing all over the world. What do you have to say about this? That why are people not looking within themselves to be able to tap the real talents, the real energies which are just lying latent within themselves? See, online, offline, this uh, communication is going to continue. This discussion is going to continue for a long time because I feel adaptability is one major challenge here.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But finding yourself, going within yourself, what is stopping people from doing that? You first find yourself, you first find what you want to do in life, and then you decide whether you want to do it offline or you want to do it online. So I guess my question here is, in the long drawn process, whatever picture I'm trying to paint is, why are people not going within? What is stopping them from going within themselves and fishing out that great pool of energy which is just lying latent? What
Hmm.
stops them?
I not can say about other people. What I found out was that was a big advantage that I learned about meditation in the ashram for many,
Mhm.
many years. And this gave me the access to within and build up my self-esteem. The more, the better I knew myself, I knew my abilities, what I can do. And I developed a very close bond to my spiritual guides, and this is something which actually everybody can do if they are still and they ask. The guides are always with us, around us, and they just have to ask, please, I need your help, and then they can help. They're only allowed to help when you ask them. So it's just a matter of asking for help, and then you can get the connection. And out of my experience is when I got this connection, I found out so many things about myself and the abilities I have at my hand. And what I'm doing now, this world traveling, I was a little bit nudged into that because after I had to apply for a business visa to have my to run my company in India. After the last 5-year visa, where I asked the officers in the visa office, yeah, where should I register now? They told me, yeah, where you pay your taxes. Okay, I had my house in India. I paid my taxes in India. I had my company in India, so I registered in India. And after this 5 years, I went back to Germany, wanted to apply for the next visa, and they say, we don't give you a visa. So what? So all my plans were crumbling. They say, yeah, you're not registered in Germany. We cannot give you. the visa. You must be registered here. And I said, you told me I have to register in India. Yeah, the laws changed in between, so you have to be registered here. And yeah, this was end of my business in India, because they say I have to stay 1 year in Germany to get a tourist visa to go back, and 2 years to get a business visa. But I didn't want to live in Germany anymore. So yeah, this was then the end of my time in India. I packed everything. I gave over my house, and I thought I will go and travel, because this was my teenage dream. I say now it's time, and no other obligations. So, with the intent to find another place where I can settle, I started traveling. And after 1 year, I fell in love with this lifestyle, and I found out that I can do everything where I am or online. And this was a great thing to discover. And I guess not everybody has to be kicked out of the country, but it's a kind of decision you can make to do all your skills together, and then yeah, see what you can do, and many things you can do online. What I can't do online is the crystal massages. This I really have to do on the clients. But I learned now to do the healing remote, to send energy remote. I can work remote when someone sends me the plans and want to have the Feng Shui for the house done. I have many clients, regular clients now, who ask me again and again and again, because it's working. And I help them. I have one client in Australia. I'm doing her fourth house now with her. She is shifting many times, and now she has a holiday home. She wants to have me also for this. So it's really possible to develop a business online.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's music to my ears, because a lot of people think me crazy that I've been working online for 20 years. How do I do it? This is
Ah,
this is
would
simple
be normal.
lifestyle change, because it's totally normal. Today, a lot of people are thinking that they have to do online this and online that. But for me, it's been a lifestyle choice, which
Yes, yes.
gave me a lot of flexibility to look after the home also, and to look after my other obligations, and still keep upgrading myself and keep running a business. So I'm very happy in the company of people like you. You know that. Regarding your spinal injury healing thing, don't mind my using some wrong terminology here. It may be called something different, but actually it is spinal energy, which whatever you gave me the other day, when in 2013 I actually fell down. My spine just crumbled. I've told this on the other show also. Some of my other shows I've mentioned this, that one of my friends helped me. Actually, I've had a spinal injury some 25 years back, and just to go into a brief background of it, it was a surgical case, and I was told by the surgeons very good naturedly that the failure rate is very high in my particular kind of surgery. I had to do certain precautions, whatever I could take, I did. But one fine day in 2013, maybe I crossed my limits or whatever happened, I was just crumbled. And luckily, my folks were around. They did not allow me to fall down, but I was paralyzed neck down. I could only move my hands. And as I was being laid into the bed, the first thought that came to me was of you. I immediately picked up the phone and called you. I remember that conversation. You were out somewhere. You said, "Give me 15 minutes. I'm reaching home, and then we will talk." And I'll immediately start giving you healing. And within 3 days, just 3 days, with no outside help, I was back on my feet. I think that's a great testimonial and giving it live on this show, because I am so grateful for the help you gave me the other day. And when I keep saying other day because it's so fresh in my memory, I've never been that crippled. I never felt that crippled in my life.
Mm. Mm.
And it was just fabulous. Perhaps my inclination towards energy healing up until that point was only theoretical. That day when I experienced it practically, it changed my perspective. We are all energy.
Yes.
This body is a bunch of molecules going to the atomic levels. It is just protons, neutrons, electrons. That is the constitution of everything also around us.
And a lot of
Everything
space.
is that. And that's what energy is. Minuscule particles moving at a very high speed. That's what energy is.
Yeah, and that's why it's the same energy here like there. That's why I can work remote, and that's why
Yes.
the people are feeling it. Yes, yes,
And same thing is
and
about Feng Shui. It is about energy flow, isn't it?
it is. Yes, it's bringing the okay. I have a little bit different concept than only rather following the rules and the what we learned there. I set the people first, and I arranged the environment that it fits to the people, not that the people fits to the
Hmm.
house. So to keep the environment, to keep an harmonious energy flow, and tap into all the good things or good prepositions which are there in the house, as well as protect them from afflictions which are as well there. This is the way I'm doing, and what I need there are some pictures of the house. Normally, the people guide me through with their mobile video through the house and the layout, and they have to do the compass reading, and then I can do all my calculations, and then I send them a script at the end. We have another call, and I explain everything. And many times yes, this has happened. Ah, now I understand. Okay, and then they know why and how they can change the situation. And yeah, like my client, Australian client, she has such a trust in me that she gave me already her fourth house.
Fantastic, fantastic. Repeat customers are the greatest testimonials, I think. And that's how
Definitely, yes,
ongoing
yes,
business is developed. Karina, I am very interested in knowing about your nomad lifestyle. This, uh, this traveling for 6+ years, you have done a lot of things. Please share something with us. I know you have shared a laptop lifestyle video with me. Oh, no, sorry, PPT with me. And I'll
yeah,
put it up on the screen. Let's see if we can do this
yeah,
screen
okay,
share
yeah,
from here. Please tell
yeah. This,
us more about this. I'll just put it on a slideshow. Can you
yeah,
see it on the screen?
not yet.
Okay.
Yes, there, great. Okay.
No?
I tell you when
Okay.
you can
So
click the
just,
next not slideshow.
yeah,
Yeah, this
sure.
is one of my
Sure.
favorite ones because this shows my lifestyle. I can sit with the feet in cool in the pool on the beach. I never will work on the beach because I'm afraid of sand in my laptop. So I
Yes.
work on the pool, and yeah, the privilege of this lifestyle, nomad lifestyle, is that I can work from everywhere. Where I only need a connection to internet, but when I'm doing my offline calculations, I not even need an internet, only for the calls then.
Right.
And this is something which I love, not only after 1 year, already before, because it gave me the opportunity to see so many different places and experience the lifestyle and have my regular income. And sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, because I'm not putting so much effort into the business. This would put me behind the computer or in front of the computer for too much time. And when I'm on the travels, I would like to see something of the country I am.
Mhm.
And so I travel a lot and put this as my first priority. And then comes the work. And this means I'm not working so much, means I don't earn so much money, but this is enough to have my food and to have my tickets. And
Travel.
I don't want to be rich on that. I want to enjoy life, and this is what I'm doing to the max.
Fantastic. See, fantastic, Karina. Herein comes the element of flexibility. That
Yeah.
you don't have to go and show up at a job every day. You can work however how much ever you want. You don't want to
Yes.
work, you don't
Yes.
work. If you want to work, you work. As simple as that. And everybody's needs are different. Everybody's definition of success is different. So who is to tell another person how much they should work? And
Yeah.
that's, I think, a greatest advantage of leading this kind of lifestyle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And there are sometimes money can run out very fast. If I would have gone to hotels or resorts or something like this, I'm quite simple. But the best way to discover a country is with the locals. So
Yes.
first, I was in a travel community called Servos, and
Hmm.
Servos consists of there was hosts and there was travelers. This is a little bit like couch surfing, but more on an ethnical way, because the hosts and the travelers have to do an interview because before they can join this community.
Hmm.
And then I get I write, I'm going to this and this and this country. Can I get the list? And then they send me the list. It's also a yearly membership, and then I can write to addresses I get and ask, can I stay with you for 2 nights, this and this time?
Hmm.
And we can stay without charge with Server's host for 2 days, 2 nights. But after some times, it was really exhausting to change. If I want to be in 1 week in one city, to change every 2 nights to another host. So what I'm doing now is I'm in a house and pet sitting community, and
Okay.
there are also several websites, and I go to the city. No, I choose the city where I would love to go, and but I'm also very flexible in that. And then I see, are there some people looking for a house on and pet sitter, and then apply. And most of the time I have good references. Meanwhile, they say yes, okay. And I have later on the last pictures of that are some of the pets I was sitting. Then maybe I also can tell a little bit
Okay. Okay.
about that.
Should I change the slide now?
Yes, okay. Then now comes some places. This is the Great Canyon, and
Yes.
this was an amazing,
It was,
amazing journey visiting friends, especially from courses I did in America. I did so many courses with people in America, make friends with the fellow participants, and then I visit them one by one, and it was an amazing journey. And one of them took me to the Great Canyon, which were really breathtaking.
absolutely, absolutely breathtaking because I also visited Grand Canyon and I feel the energy of that place is amazing. It is, I mean, I've
Yes,
traveled to many, many places, and particularly in that place, the energies are so amazing. You have to go
yes,
there to actually realize what we are talking about.
yes.
Should I change the
Sedona
slide?
is also amazing. Yeah, yeah. I had, when I put this slide together, I had to find pictures with me on uh, certain monuments or landmarks, because this is the disadvantage of being traveling alone, is that you're not on the pictures.
You're
And
not
I
in the
didn't
picture.
want to run around with this stick This would have been a really touristy thing then. So
Right.
this was on the Great Ocean Road in Australia, and this is Bali. This was I cannot surf on the surfboard, so I surfed on a palm tree. Here.
Fantastic, fantastic,
Yes.
fantastic. Oh, you're learning
And
scuba diving or something?
this was my birthday in Thailand, so I presented myself with a diving course. So you first do the first day in the pool, and the next day you go to open water. And this was also experience of one of a kind. Yes, and I was happy that I got my camera in my bag. So the owner of this diving school asked, "Oh, you look great. You're doing great. Should I make a photo?" I said, "Yes, please. Finally, one photo of me." So otherwise, as I said, being traveling alone is the only advantage. You don't have much pictures, so I really had to look for them in all the. I think I have more than 60,000 photos. Meanwhile,
Wow, wow.
mm.
This is
Yeah,
close to there, I
beach,
think.
beach. One is in Costa Rica, Karina in Costa Rica, and the other one with the black beach is Hawaii because they have black beaches because of the lava. This is crumbled lava, and
Right.
yeah, I'm always following the sun. So Hawaii it was in May, was still a little bit cool, but Costa Rica was nicely warm.
Yes, and this is
Yeah,
in front of that
Hollywood.
iconic Hollywood.
Yeah, there I asked someone because I needed a photo of Hollywood behind me. This is Hong Kong. I had a client who
Okay.
invited me to Hong Kong for the space clearing. So every year I visit her and before the Chinese New Year, do the space clearing for her apartment. And yeah, she pays everything, hotel, flight. It's amazing.
Fantastic, fantastic,
I
fantastic.
could explore Hong Kong a bit. Here we are, as you can see, in Sydney. This was actually the very beginning of my travels. Australia was the first country I visited after India because I had an invitation there. I said, "Okay, let's go." Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
here,
discussed
okay.
some pets. This is Bella. She was in Australia, and yeah, this was a great time in South Australia where I took care of that cat, and she was actually the first cat. I considered myself as a dog person before, but when I had her, I fell in love, and since then I'm a dog and a cat person, which you will see
Great.
later on. There are a lot of cats, yes. And
Okay.
one of the things is that now animals immediately fall asleep on my lap. They come, sit down, and they are so relaxed in my arms, and that the owners are very, very surprised. He didn't do this for with foreigners before. Only after a long time we did, and I bond with the animals. That's why I'm so happy to have the opportunity to pet sit and stay there then without paying rent. It's really a great way for me to share my gifts, share my love, and in response I get a place to stay. And most of the time, very luxury places. The last one had even a spa outside with an
Fantastic.
amazing view over the mountains. It was breathtaking. Yeah, this is Buddy. Buddy was a spaniel, and this is he lives in New Zealand in Wanaka. This is where I had this spa and the breathtaking view from the spa and also from my room. Okay, Then the next one will be Memphis. Next picture.
My God,
Yeah.
you don't even remember. You've traveled so much. Oh, great.
So this is Memphis, and he was in Singapore. There, I lived in a very old ancient house, and he was a little bit grumpy. He didn't want to sit so long on my lap, but he was very very old and had his rituals. So we also went along very well. Yeah.
Mhm.
And the next one I think is Elvis. Yes, Elvis. Elvis was in Wellington, and
Okay.
also very luxury house, a very very shy cat. And I sent after 3 days a picture of him sitting on my lap to the owners. I always keep in contact every 2 3 days, and I'm contacting them and telling what we have done, what has happened, and send pictures that everything is okay. And they say, this is not possible. He's not even sitting on my lap. So he was sitting on my lap after the third day.
We'll talk a little
And
bit more about this, about how animals are relating with you.
yeah, yes. And this is Ratatouille. And
Mhm.
Ratatouille was a yoga cat. She did yoga with me every morning. And I could one time catch her in this position.
That's
And this is PAX or Paxi, and this is where I am right now.
mhm.
When I'm in Australia, I meanwhile have a very, very, very good friend. And when I'm in Australia, I always get 3 months visa. I could stay at least 2 months with her. But right
Mhm.
now, I can stay longer because I stuck up here and cannot travel. And right now, her mom is in hospital and she has to stay with her dad. So I'm
Mhm.
doing the house and cat sitting here. And
Mhm.
Pexi is such a delight. And this is his favorite place,
Oh, great.
lying behind my neck.
Mm.
And this is a little view from, not from my window, but I have to go three streets down the hill, and then I have this view on the beach. And the next
Great.
one is, you can see that is the next, that people are not lying around in a bikini, but in warm clothes. It's quite cool here because in Australia we
Yes.
just have the winter.
Yes. Yes.
This is Brighton Beach. That's all. That's a little bit overview about some of my travels and the
Fantastic.
pet
Fantastic.
city. Yes.
Fantastic. So, apart from just a global lifestyle with friends all over the place, you have also told us that it's possible to make such connections that a traveling lifestyle can be sustained, not just
Yes.
while working, but also by making relationships all over the world.
Yes. When I'm somewhere, the big advantage of the pet sitting or volunteering is also helping in all kinds of projects, is that I can stay now for longer time in one place. And I found out this is much more relaxing. It's a
Mhm.
much more relaxing way of traveling to stay longer in one place. I come to know to the people. I make a lot of friends on the way,
Mhm.
and I learned something about the culture and the area, which is also very important for me. That's why I'm traveling, because I want to learn
Right.
the culture and how the people are living there.
Mhm.
And this volunteering and house sitting and doing my own thing is a way that I cannot imagine that I'm doing something else. Even in
Mhm.
future, when I'm able to travel again, I will definitely go on. And I already said, as long as I can crawl, I will travel. I found out how to do it, and when you once get a knack of it, and you really don't need much, and you don't get rich. There is not time for putting so much effort into the business that you can develop a business on the go. This
Mhm.
needs a really stationary place. But you can do it. You can not only survive, you can live. And
Mhm.
yeah, to be with people, to make new friends, to learn cooking, how this is done in this country is giving you the food. Then also, it's amazing.
I
It's
think
so
I
much
think Karina,
fun,
Karina, you
and
are being totally modest over here, and which is a very refreshing deal from so many people announcing I'm making so much of money, I'm making so much of money on the net. I feel this is taking a humble road is much more interesting, much more
yes,
refreshing because you are just undermining everything, but I know you are doing fabulously well, and that's great. That's great to know, and
yes,
it's good to have people who are humble around us and
and it
the
is
ones who
where
are
you
actually
put your
doing good work.
yeah, and it's where you put your emphasis on. My emphasis is to enjoy my life and to discover and explore and share my knowledge wherever I am and I can help, whether it's carpentry, whether it's writing, whether it's healing, whether it's interior design, I will do. And I'm so happy to share the knowledge. And I know it comes back to me. So I'm always taken care of. So this has also something to do with trust. And I have a lot
Yes.
of trust in existence.
Yes. Yeah, the trust factor is very important. And I think that is lacking in today's world quite a lot
Yeah.
because you see people going on the social media and immediately starting to sell. I am the best, I buy my products, attend my webinar, do this and do that, and you will get overnight rich. Whereas we need to redefine the word rich within ourselves in order to understand what really it means to us
Yeah.
and to the world around us. And it's wonderful. Money is definitely good. I am a business coach. I will again endorse it, and I feel if you can build a life around your business, I think that's the greatest wonderment of living a great life.
Yes.
So
I feel very, very rich, and
fantastic,
rich in the way I love, and I can
fantastic,
combine with my values. So for me, richness is life. I really have a richness of life, and
fantastic.
I won't change it for a million, or maybe a little bit of that I can stay in nice places on and off, or get a spa treatment on and off. This would be nice, but I'm not missing it. If I want to have a session, then I exchange some sessions. It's
Right.
so easy to go through life without a lot of money. And yeah, I only can encourage people who say, no, I don't have money, or you are so brave and you're so courageous. It's it started, I grew into that, but I won't miss it now. And I only can encourage people, do the first step and try it out, and you will see that it is working if you want to make it work. Yeah.
Right, right. Fantastic, Karina. It was just wonderful speaking with you, especially because you're such a humble, such a generous person. And I've included your email. I've taken the liberty without even asking you. I've done this. I've included your email in the description of this piece. If the people really want to get in touch with you, they can write directly to you. They can connect with you on
Yes.
Facebook and other social media platforms, LinkedIn and WhatsApp and
I'm
whatever.
not on,
They can take the
not
conversation.
on Facebook anymore, so
Oh, you're not on
don't
Facebook. Okay. All
contact.
right. Okay.
Email
Okay.
email is great. This was a good thing. Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. I've included your email. If you are interested in getting in touch with Karina, who is an amazing person, and if you are interested in getting any sort of energy situation rectified at your place, in your mind, in your body, especially in your spinal area, as I've experienced, do get in touch with Karina. This is an amazing opportunity. Go through this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel in case you like the videos that we are bringing to the world, in case you like the genuine success stories that we are bringing to the people. Thank you so much, Karina. It's been such a pleasure meeting you again.
Yes, same
Thank you
here.
for. And when are you coming to India? Do come and let's meet up again whenever you're coming this side.
Definitely, definitely. It's still on my bucket list. And first, I want to go to America from here, and then I have my big Feng Shui conference in Malaysia again. So
Mhm.
every year I travel. I plan all my travels around this event. This is the highlight of the year, and also gives me the work for the next year because we get an update about the new energies which are changing every year.
Mhm.
So if I'm in Malaysia, then India is not that far away. So I planned it vague. I have a little bit vague plan to where I could go, but I'm open. If someone says, "Oh, you can come here," okay, I arrange and then I go there. This is also one of the great things that I don't have to be stationary. I really can go and say, "Okay, next week I will be there."
Right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Great. Great meeting you again, Karina. And we look forward to meeting you again very soon,
Yes,
sometime soon.
me too.
And
Thank you.
yes, thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you
being
for
here.
your invitation. Have a great
And
time.
you too. You too. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.